All right, guys. Today I'm going to be cracking the code and sharing 10 irresistible traits that men need to have in order to attract a female. Okay.
All right, guys.
Oops.
Today I'm going to be cracking the code and sharing 10 irresistible
I got
traits
feedback here. Sorry about
that.
that. Okay. Here we go. All right. So the first trait that women ask for when it comes to finding a partner that makes a man irresistible, I think you could probably guess it. It is confidence. Okay. Confidence is something that is not overrated. And in fact, confidence is shown in your body language, in the way that you dress, the way that you carry yourself, in being able to hold conversation, in maintaining eye contact. There are so many things that develop or that contribute to a man's confidence, but women are generally attracted to men who are self assured. Okay. The next trait when it comes to dating, which is so important, especially in the beginning of dating, that makes a man very attractive is consistency. Okay. Particularly in the beginning of a relationship or when you're dating, the biggest complaint that most women have is the fact that this person goes hot and cold. When you are consistent and you are your word and you follow up and call when you say you're going to call, and if you are going to make plans, you're not canceling them. And consistency is more about also being attentive, right? Being your words, doing what you say you're going to do. And that creates also self assurance, and it creates a sense of gosh, what's going on here? Why is my tech not working? This is crazy. Sorry, guys. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to cut this. It creates a sense of security and consistency for people, for women. Okay. The next thing is character. Character is so important because women don't want somebody that is a liar, is disingenuous, does not seem authentic. Character is what makes a man, and character is really how you behave in front of her and not really behind her back, but at home. You're not just being nice in front of her to impress her. You actually have good character, and you actually are like that, right? You don't gaslight. You're not love bombing. Good character also is reflective in the people that you surround yourself with. The next trait that women find desirable is competence. And competence, for those who don't, get the context of competence, is that it's synonymous with also capable, right? She wants to know, obviously, that you are a capable person, that you know what you're doing. And competence also includes, when it comes time to um, planning a date, directions. This is, again, competence and confidence are almost hand in hand, because if you are a competent person, you are going to be confident. If you're not assured or you're doubting, usually, one or the other is lacking, or they're, if you're not confident, you're not competent. So it's kind of like those two go hand in hand. The fifth important trait to make a man desirable to a woman is communication skills. Communication skills also is synonymous to consistency. That's why there's like 10 traits that all sort of complement each other. My name is Carmelia. It starts with a C. So I'm calling it the cracking the code, the 10 C's that you need to have. These are the traits that women have asked me as a matchmaker and as a dating coach they want and that they find attractive in a man. Communication skills. Nobody wants to feel like they're in the dark. If you are a man that isn't expressive, or you identify as, popular, we're going to briefly talk about attachment styles, and you're avoidant and you don't like to express, that leaves a woman feeling anxious. It leaves her having to guess. It leaves her in a space of ambiguity. What's going on with my language today? So communication skills means even you're not letting things go. And it's not just expressing yourself, it's how you communicate. Are you aggressive? Are you contemptuous? Are you angry? Do you have an air of cockiness? Communication also is not just the words you choose, it's the language, it's the tone of voice, and it is how and your body. So if you're upset, are you going to upset everyone around you? Is that the energy that you have? Communication skills allows you to comfortably share with your partner in a safe space and in a private space, important conversations, and you're not embarrassing her and she doesn't feel left in the dark. Number 6 is really important. Now, none of these are in any order, but it's something that needs to be present to make somebody desirable, to make a woman desirable. And I think really you can turn it around, and these are all traits, again, that men might like in women. But I'm focusing on the fact of what women have shared with me in the areas that they struggle with men and where they find the most anxiety and most concern. Commitment. If you are a man who's committed in every area of your life, and especially in the relationship, right? If she feels like she's dating somebody who's flaky, again, consistency is part of that, right? If you are committed, typically you are consistent, because a committed man to that relationship is going to do what it takes to maintain that relationship, and he values that relationship. Okay. The next thing is compassion. All right. Compassion is something that women also want to see. It's not just fun and games. At the end of the day, if she sees herself developing a life with you, she wants to know that you give a shit about the world, that you have empathy. Compassion and empathy are sort of synonymous with one another. She wants to know that you are thinking outside of just yourself. If you are compassionate, typically you're not selfish. So show compassion. That's very desirable. Number 8, care and concern. So similar to that, to compassion, but really when it comes down to care or caring, it's not just an emotion that you feel. Like, you genuinely are thoughtful. You are when caring is not just about her, but that is also about the people around you. You're not rude to wait staff. You will open doors. You don't ignore. You're somebody that doesn't ignore when people are hurt around you. Like, you actually care, and to show care is actions and words, right? How was your day? What can I do to help you? How can I give you a massage? How can I make things better? It's being inquisitive and trying to not only contribute to her, but it's showing her that there's somebody that really, cares about her. Charm. Charm is something that really, I think, sets certain men apart, because not everyone is charming. And when somebody is charming, like, fairy tales, and there's Prince Charming, what does that typically mean? That person has a pleasant energy. They're engaging. It's not a stretch or reach to be nice to people. In fact, somebody who's charming has an unexplainable sort of aura about them. They just know the right things to say. They're subtle flirts, but they're never annoying, and they leave a woman feeling like butterflies, right? That's how you can tell that someone is charming, because it's easy. They look for ways to compliment, and that's how you can be somebody that stands out and showcase charm. And number 10, these were 10 traits. I'm going to wrap them up at the very end. You showcase creativity. Creativity, when I mean by that, is like, it doesn't mean that in work sense. You think outside the box. You plan unique dates. You don't do what everybody else does. You stand out. You're creative. So you might do a homemade card, or you might plan, you might give her a surprise. You might make simple things you might make simple things fun, and you might make difficult things easy, right? That's the point of being creative. Creative means you're taking that extra step to be thoughtful and showcasing your creativity in that way. And if you are creative as well, and that bleeds into if that bleeds into the workplace, family, creativity in the bedroom, who wants it to be dull and boring. Like you introduce things, you try things new, you do things that are spicy, that would be so that things aren't mundane and things don't get boring. Okay. So that is my cracking the code, the 10 C's for becoming an irresistible man, and what women often tell me that they want in a gentleman. So if there's any other tips or questions that you have about dating, mating, let me know. Thank you.